now on to the Ninth Doctor. This isn't actually from the 11 Doctors set. I got this separately at a comic book store. I was so lucky to get this. I had no idea that they would actually have it in their store. But this looks a lot like Christopher Eccleston. They even kept in that little mole that he has, or whatever that is. I don't really... Okay, anyway. This does look like leather. They've usually given glossy coats, but this is when it actually is needed, and it really does look like leather. It's really good. And also, they've got the V-neck shirt that he wears. This one's red. Sometimes it's purple. They've even captured the ears very well. How they stick out a lot. Look at the ears. Anyway, he didn't come with his sonic screwdriver, by the way, which kind of I was mad about. I was like, really? Anyway, he's got the very cloppy looking boots, which actually, if you look at them, they don't have any legal things on the bottom of them. Like wow, where are you gonna put all that legal garb? Or legal stuff, legal bamboozle. From the profile, looks exactly like him. From the back, got the haircut perfect. Looks exactly like him. They kept in his hand that can hold a sonic screwdriver, but they didn't actually give him one, which is kind of annoying. But I used to have a coat like this, and I would wear it every single day. Yeah, I was kind of a nerd even back then. But you've got the thing on the back, and you've got the little arches that go across. I'm not sure if you can see that, and then two lines going down. This is a very good figure. Not too many creases on the legs, so not too much detail there. But it really does look like Christopher Eccleston, and really nice figure. This is the Series 2 10th Doctor figure, except he has a trench coat on. This time the inner coat has been molded into the stomach, so it's a bit more hard. And he still has the spiky hairstyle, which I am very grateful for. Again, hands can't turn, so make sure of that. You can tell that it's the Series 3 one because of the Converse. Sadly, because of the hard plastic, you can't kick out his legs as much as you could on the other figures, but this time he's got a trench coat, so which I actually wear like a lot of the time, because that's how much of a nerd I am. This guy also had glasses, but do you think there was ever a time when he wore glasses and also the trench coat? I don't think there was. But anyway, I snipped those off because you get more use out of him when he doesn't have the glasses, to be honest. He came with a sonic screwdriver, however, of course, being my young self, I didn't know like how to handle all the sonic screwdrivers. I would just and they would go everywhere. So yeah, this is a very good figure, except for the longest time he had a trench coat and I couldn't figure out like what I was going to do, like no trench coat, you know. Alright, next figure. Reminds me of this figure. This is David Tennant from 42 in that spaceship costume. It's very similar. I think he might actually be taller. Doesn't he look a bit taller? Hold on, let's compare. Yeah, he is. He is a bit. I think he is a bit taller. Weird. Anyway, he's got. It's basically the same. There are a bit different details. No logos anywhere, as you can see. Still got that thing on the back. It's got 4 pockets. A lot less detailing overall. He doesn't have the bracelet. But I actually think I might like this a bit more. It's more of a red kind of color scheme. Dark red up here. It's got the little 2 ventilation things, I think those are. And also the head sculpt is improved. This is the sticky uppy hair that he had in that episode. The only problem is that the face is a bit glossy. I'm not sure what's going on with that. And the red is all around the suit. It's a bit dark here, but that could just be because this is a pretty old figure. I really like this figure. It's good. Yeah. Next is the Series 5 11th Doctor in his tweed jacket and bow tie. Red bow tie to be exact. I really like this figure. I think the detailing, they got it all right. The same head sculpt that I like, and they also did this kind of thing with the jacket to make it feel more like tweed. They added these really prominent boots, you know, it's like the same type of boots that he wore in the episode. I really like that. The legs are really good, creased and everything towards the bottom, but you know, the amount of detail still works. The hands and stuff. This hand, a lot of people say you can only pose it one way, or I guess a particular someone, but honestly I think you can get away with going like this, you know, kind of like, whoa, what's going on? Whoa. You know, but positioning his sonic screwdriver. I really like how they added all the tiny little lines. I think the lines really make this figure stand out a lot. And from the side view, really good. Just really good all around 3D perspective. I don't know if I use this figure as much as the other two, but still really good. Want to shake hands? Alright, and here is the Impossible Set Christmas Special 11th Doctor with the top hat and the tie. It's more of a red than what he usually wears. You've got the fur coat. Obviously, like, this whole is kind of like a Scrooge looking kind of doctor. It's a newer figure, so he can go like that. And he's still got a bit of lining, like lines going right down there on the collar and on the shirt. You can barely see it, but I'm really thankful they put that in there, because when you get up close it looks really good. They've also added in these good buttons here, and also the watch, or you know, pendulum, or whatever that's supposed to be. I'm not exactly sure. It looks really good, along with his vest. That's a bit of a brighter red than the rest of the costume. You can actually swap out his head to have the older Doctor head instead of this one, because this is the outfit that he wore at the end of it, except with a bow tie, of course. They've just repainted the legs, but it's a really good color. I really like it. And the shoes are red as well, to go along with his red color scheme that they have gone for. The only thing I don't like about this figure is the head. It just looks cartoonish, and it looks kind of soft, you know? Almost like the Doctor like turned into an Auton or something. I don't know. I don't like it. The top hat's very good though. It's got this kind of fur look to it. I like it. But I don't like this head. That's why I usually swap it out for something better. And here is the series, god, what was it? Must have been series like 7, right? Yeah, series 7, 11th Doctor. And I have never replaced this because I know that the coat will get all weird, and I don't like that, okay? And it is a new figure, goes like that. I've said it already, but you know what, you never know. The head sculpt, I guess it's pretty good, but I don't know, I think the last one captures his likeness a bit better. I don't know, just my opinion probably. It's a bit bendy as well. Like, I guess you could try and have his hair like flowing in the wind, like, you know? I like the shoes on this especially, but this is my favorite 11th Doctor costume. I think like the purple really suits him, you know, and the purple bow tie as well. Really nice. Like, just everything about this costume is very good. It's almost like the Fifth Doctor, where like I really like the costume, so I immediately like the figure as well. I like how this is a darker purple. This right here is a darker purple than the rest of the outfit. I like how they added little dots on the bow tie. because that was on the bow tie. I like how they're really tiny as well. They're not super noticeable. And then you've got the thing that he had in the snowman as well. He can't really move his feet though, which is whatever. They've had the same legs the entire time. But that really doesn't bother me because these legs are really great, really good detailed. They actually fixed his hand so that he can point his sonic screwdriver at things, which I guess is pretty good, but I think it is a bit of an improvement, you know? Good idea to do that. If you are wondering, you can swap this head out with the old Doctor, the Peter Capaldi head. You can swap it out with John Hurt's head. You can swap it out with the 8th Doctor head that comes with John Hurt. And I think you can even swap it out with the 4th Doctor's head. I'm not entirely sure. Oh wait, no, you can, I retract that statement. You can't put the 4th Doctor's head. It's a bit too thick. Like his neck, it won't go in. It's like he's got a bit of a pencil neck, you know. Would you just say that? I like how they have the blue shirt, and then you've got the blue collars down here as well. You can see a tiny bit of the collar, you know? Pretty sure that's how it was. I like the shoes because they've got this grayness about them, and it looks like they're really old-time shoes, which the 11th Doctor, that's his whole like thing. Like he wears like kind of what you would expect an old man to wear, you know? Like your grandpa. But no, he's like in his 20s. That's like, and like this is what your grandpa would wear, like these type of shoes. Well, I'm not saying all grandpas wear those, but you know. I really like this. It's good. Thumbs up. And now for the final figure. Peter Capaldi as the Doctor. I only have this polka dotted version. Sadly, I don't know, maybe I would get the newer figures. But I really like this. It's pretty good. I just have to say that his eyes are a bit cartoonish and he doesn't look really old enough. His hair is a bit too dark and the polka dots are a bit too like pronounced, you know? They should be a bit smaller and more dotted, I'd say. But this just looks really cartoonish, you know? I don't think it really looks too good. But I think they've done a really good job of doing like what he looks like in his first series. And also he comes with a new sonic screwdriver that is completely out of scale, but you know. I like the shoes though. They've got a brown sole and then the rest of it is a glossy black. That's really good. Overall, I mean, I don't really like this too much. I like how his hands are like that. That's a pretty good, like, relaxed hand for him. But overall, I don't really like this figure because Peter Capaldi's, like, whole costume was just very bland and it didn't really have any character. It was just like, oh, I'm wearing a suit. So I don't know what they could have done to, like, make this more exciting. I mean, I guess the small details of, like, the belt buckle and the inner part of the jacket being red, that was pretty good, but and people are there are like such sticklers out there to find out every single flaw in these figures. It doesn't really matter with Peter Capaldi. All of his suits, you could like they all just blur together in my mind. But anyways, that's it for this video. I hope you liked me reviewing all of the Doctor figures that I have, and I'll see you in the next video.